Hello everyone, I'm Rajesh Kapoor from PharmaHealth Insights. With over 28 years in the pharmaceutical quality and regulatory space, I'm very excited to guide you through this essential session today. We are diving into how to write effective SOPs that are not only GMP compliant but also user friendly and audit ready. So, let's get started. Let me begin with a hard truth. Vague or outdated SOPs are among the top reasons companies receive FDA 483s and WHO GMP observations. SOPs aren't just documents, they are operational blueprints. Yet, many remain too technical or unclear. This session will help you fix that. We'll learn how to make SOPs simple, structured, and aligned with the compliance needs. Here's a golden rule: an SOP is only useful if it is actually used. Poor SOPs lead to deviations, recalls, and audit findings. Great SOPs foster consistency, clarity, and quality culture. They are the glue that holds your GMP system together. By the end of this training, I'm sure you'll know how to build SOPs that actually work on the floor. Today, you'll learn how to write SOPs that meet GMP and FT expectations. Write SOPs that are clear and functional. Prepare documentation that inspectors appreciate. Avoid errors that cause rejections or recalls. Make procedures usable for every level, whether new joiners or seasoned staff. We are not just writing SOPs, remember, we are building quality culture. So, what separates a good SOP from a bad one? A good SOP is something which is structured, simple, practical, and controlled. It has a clear purpose, defined responsibilities, measurable steps, and traceable approvals. Most importantly, it reflects how the processes actually happen. A bad SOP is one that lives in a file and never reaches the flow. Let's not write those SOPs. Bad SOPs confuse the team and invite audit remarks and observations. Don't create SOPs just for everything. Prioritize processes that affect product quality. Start by asking, do we really need an SOP for this process? Don't create SOPs just to fill the files or the cupboards. Create them when there is a change in an equipment, a new process, a past deviation, or an audit requirement arises. If this step is skipped, employees improvise, and that's when errors creep in. Let's avoid that. Here's a quick example. Say you have introduced a new fluid bed dryer in the granulation area. You will need separate SOPs for operation, cleaning, calibration. If that's not documented, you leave room for human error, guesswork, and audit failure. Let's see who should help write that SOP. You can't write a good SOP in isolation, sitting in a separate office. Involve subject matter experts, QA, production, maintenance, and the people who actually do the job. If the SOP doesn't reflect the ground reality, staff won't follow it, and deviations will follow. Collaborate to align knowledge with action. For example, when drafting an SOP for tablet granulation, production will detail the machine setup, QA will ensure it meets the GMP requirements, and engineering will add the cleaning and the maintenance instructions. It's a collaborative effort. Everyone's inputs makes the SOPs accurate, useful, and compliant. Now let's move on to the next big part. What's the structure of an SOP? A standard format of a standard operating procedure should include, first and foremost, a title and a document number. For example, an SOP for equipment cleaning, SOP QA 101. Missing this title or the number can cause confusion and version mismatch. Secondly, it should have a purpose and a scope because it defines why and where it's applied. Without this, teams will misuse SOPs across unrelated processes. Number 3, responsibilities. Example, production executes, QA verifies. If unclear, everyone assumes someone else is responsible. Then we have the procedure. It should be step by step, very clear, measurable. Avoid vague terms such as appropriate or as needed. Use the appropriate, the correct terms which are relevant to the process. Next, reference documents. Always link to the batch records or any other associated documents such as MSDS, validation protocol, equipment manuals, manufacturer's instructions, any GMP guideline references. Last but not the least, every SOP should have a revision and approval history. Who has approved it and when? That's very much essential for the audits. Use action verbs like add, record, verify. Don't write, use a suitable solvent. Now, what is a suitable solvent? Is it water? Is it chloroform? Is it methanol? So, SOPs cannot be ambiguous. Be very clear. Never use these type of terms. Instead, write. Say, for example, add 100 ml of 70% isopropyl alcohol and stir for 5 minutes. This gives a clarity. Include flowcharts or diagrams for ease of understanding. Ambiguity leads to errors, deviations, and audit remarks. SOP should be written as if it is for a new joiner that can provide clarity, compliance, and are aligned with the current practices. Let's move to the next key part, review and the approval process. An SOP must be reviewed for accuracy and compliance. QA ensures alignment with the GMP. Regulatory confirms it meets the standards. The final approval gives it authority. Without this, it's just a draft, and that's very risky. Now let's look at what happens when the SOP goes wrong. Here's a real story. An SOP said check product for defects, but didn't define how, what to look for, or the inspection time frames. The batch was released with particles. The company faced an expensive recall. Instead, if the SOP would have specified the correct inspection procedure, the inspection failure and the product recall could have been avoided. The lesson: vague SOPs cost big. Let's avoid such mistakes. Here are common SOP blunders using vague terms such as needed. Avoid copy pasting SOPs from other companies. See, every company, they have their own policies, their own procedures, their own equipments. So it's not advisable to just copy paste from other companies. Make SOPs depending on your process and the procedures which you need to follow. Don't leave ambiguous instructions. Don't forget the version controls, skipping periodic reviews. These lead to audit failures and operational risks. Make your SOPs your strength, not your liability. Want to succeed with SOPs? You need to train regularly. Use visuals or flowcharts. Keep the language very simple. Link SOPs to real-time deviations. Always document version histories. When you treat SOP as a living tool, you build a culture of compliance. And that's what's needed in a pharmaceutical company. SOPs aren't just QA's domain. Many places, people, they feel that SOP is a job of QA. No, it's not. Everyone involved in the GMP processes, whether it may be production, QC, engineering, warehouse, or even HR, needs training. This builds shared accountability and consistency across the organization. Training ensures everyone speaks the same quality language across. Auditors don't just look at your facility, they look at your SOPs. If your SOPs are clear, up to date, and are followed, they reflect operational control and GMP maturity. If not, they raise red flags. SOPs are not just checklists. They reflect your organization's commitment to quality, safety, and compliance. Write them as if you are being audited tomorrow, because that's how prepared you need to be. Thank you all for being part of this important session. I hope now you feel more confident about writing and managing SOPs. Let's make them tools of excellence, not just compliance. For customized GMP documentation, audit preparedness, or training support, connect with PharmaHealth Insights. Please comment below for any questions and I will ensure answering all your queries and the questions. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and colleagues. Thank you once again. This is Rajesh Kapoor from PharmaHealth Insights signing off.